What's up, guys? Welcome back to the $3,000 BRZ series. I'm here with my homie back here, as you can see. Today, I'm not really sure exactly what we're gonna do. We're for sure gonna remove the bumper. We'll probably prep it for the repair. And that's all I know as of right now, but I guess we'll just go from there. I'll see you guys. So this is the trunk damage that I didn't show you guys in the last part since my license plate was there, but it's honestly not too bad. It could be like way worse. So in the fourth or fifth part, me and my dad are probably gonna remove that and try to get it straightened out. And as of right now, we're just gonna get this thing off. We're gonna get it prepped for the Bondo, so we'll see you guys when we're ready. All right, guys, so we just got the bumper off and we have it set up on here, so it's just easier to work on it. And we're gonna use staple gun, but it just heats the little stitches and then it attaches to the plastic so it holds it together. But we're gonna put some tape on it first just to hold it in place for now. So I'll show you guys when the staples are on and ready for the Bondo. Alright, so as you guys can see, we already kind of started right here, but we're gonna use this mini grinder to cut the excess wire off this, and then after that we're probably gonna sand it down and then kind of combine this plastic to go over these to seal them in there permanently. Here's the back side. It's not the prettiest. It'll do the job though. And in the next few days we will be sanding the entire thing and repainting it possibly pretty soon. But as of right now, we're gonna have to take a break since it's just getting too late, too dark, and kind of hard to work on things. So I'll catch you guys when we're ready to be sanding. What's up, guys? It's a brand new day. I got the tools and the bumper right behind me so we can start the repair. Let's just not waste any time and jump straight into it. Alright, guys, so I'm going to start with this heated spatula and this mesh. And what I'm going to do is melt the mesh onto this so it makes it stronger. And then after the mesh is on, I'm going to use this plastic and melt it up above so it seals it in place. And then if it doesn't look too bad, I'll leave it as is. But if I don't like it, I'm gonna go at it with 150 grit sandpaper so we can make it look better. And then after that, I'm gonna start on the other side and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is get this mesh and cut it into 3 strips so it fits properly onto the first attempt failed, but I kind of found that holding it in the same place for a little longer actually helps sink it in even more. So as you can see, like these little black spots, that's where it's sinked in so far. So I'm gonna do that for like the majority of it, and then we're gonna start on the next one. But I did cut them into smaller pieces just so it's easier to attach, since I was having some trouble with the longer one and I couldn't bend it. Now we're on to the second one. Actually, I'm gonna flip this over since it's facing downwards a bit. We're gonna be on the third one right now, but I'm just gonna finish all of them and show you guys the aftermath, and then I'm gonna add this plastic afterwards just so it's more flush and secure. And then if it needs it, I will be using 150 grit sandpaper to make it look way nicer, and I'll see you guys when we're there. Hey guys, so I just finished all the mesh and now I will be adding the plastic above it just to make it look better, and I'll show you guys what that looks like in a sec. Alright guys, we just finished spreading out all the plastic and it looks pretty good, but now since it did not come out as I wanted it to, we're gonna go over it with this 150 grit sandpaper right here and smooth it out, and we'll catch you guys when we're there. So we're gonna start working in the 150 grit sandpaper on this corner. So this is the end result. It's not the greatest looking, but it is smooth and it does the job. So I'm just gonna leave this like that, and I'm gonna start working on the opposite side now. So I'm sure you guys can already see what we're gonna be fixing on this side of the bumper, and I'm just gonna go at it with this wire brush for a bit, and then I'm gonna switch to 150 grit sandpaper, and after that we're gonna hit it with the Bondo, and then we'll go from there. Alright, now that we're done with the wire brush, I'm gonna be going ahead and switching to 150 grit sandpaper. I'm actually gonna cut a piece off from here just so I don't waste any. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. And let's get sanding. Alright, so now that we got this thing all sanded and ready for the plastic bonder, I'm gonna go ahead and bring a plate, and then we're gonna start mixing it, and then we're gonna apply this right onto here. I have the plastic bonder right here, and I'm gonna open this up. I got this thing open, and I'm gonna inject both of these. And I'm gonna start mixing. I'm gonna start applying this on this corner. Alright guys, so I ended up propping it up just like this, and as you can see, it's like pretty leveled, and I'm gonna leave it here for 30 minutes so it dries up completely, and then when I get back it should be ready for sanding, and I'll see you guys then. Alright guys, as you can see, the plastic bonder has dried, so we're gonna start off with 180 grit and then move on to 220 and then finish it off with 320. Then it'll be ready for primer, but we're gonna handle that another day. And let's just get into sanding. Now we're gonna hit it with the 220 grit sandpaper. Alright, so it's been about 15 minutes of sanding, and I got everything pretty flushed. And I think now we're just gonna start on the 320 grit just to get this looking like way better, ready for the primer, and see you guys with the 320 grit. Finally, the 320 grit to finish this off and make it primable. And without further ado, let's finish this thing off. Alright guys, don't mind the dogs, but we just finished sanding the bumper. Insanely well blended in. The damage is literally invisible. I mean, apart from the sanding obviously, but definitely way better than it was before. We won't be priming anything and getting it ready for paint until later on in the series, since I might be adding some extra stuff. But as of right now, this is all we're gonna do for tonight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning to see what we're gonna do. Peace. What's up guys, good morning. It's a brand new day, and today I think we're gonna be swapping out the oil in the car, but I'm not entirely sure. That's what my dad told me, and I think my dad and my friend are waiting for me outside currently, so I gotta rush over there and help them, and I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, so my dad's under the car, and we're just about to undo the bolt for the oil so we can drain it out. Alright guys, so basically what we're about to do right now is just lower the car a little bit. Since it's jacked up this way, all the oil is built up on this side, so we're going to balance it out so everything spills out through the bottom. Since the oil literally came out completely brown, like there's no wonder the sensors aren't reading anything. So we're going to get that checked out, and we'll let you guys know. Alright guys, so we just finished replacing the oil, and now we're just gonna try to start the car to see if it runs any better, and I'll just do that for you guys right now. Alright, so we actually decided to check the spark plugs and the coils just to make sure they were alright, but they were actually super old and like dirty. So we're gonna head probably to AutoZone right now and pick up some new spark plugs just to replace them, so it's not like another huge headache later on. So I'll catch you guys on the way there. So they didn't end up having them at AutoZone, so we literally just pulled up to O'Reilly's and we're gonna buy them since we called them on the phone and made sure they had them. We just got these spark plugs and they didn't have the coils, unfortunately, so we're gonna have to order those online. Both AutoZone and O'Reilly's didn't have those, so we're gonna get those online and I'll probably see you guys when we install those. Alright, so we have everything plugged in and now we're just gonna give you guys a start in a second. So as you guys can see, the car does run, but I just gotta keep giving it some gas just so it doesn't die. I think it's running better than before, more smooth, but we just checked the gas tank and there seems to be some condensation in there. So I think since the E85 gas was there for a while, it attracted some water, because it definitely tends to do that. So I think our next step is gonna be siphoning out all the old fuel and then replacing it with some new E85 to see how it runs then. I'll let you guys know in a second. Alright guys, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to siphon out the E85 fuel today just because it's getting too late and I gotta drop off this little bum. But we're going to have to do that probably in the morning next weekend, probably. But yeah, I'll see you guys.